we have something. I've been getting this requested quite a bit. It's a video called "The Netherlands is the Worst Country in Europe," and here's why. Let's go ahead and check this out and see what this is all about here. Reasons you should not move to the
Hello,
Netherlands.
fellow travelers. Today, I'm going to tell you about a country that I didn't like. Officially, it is named the Netherlands, but my experience was specifically in the Holland region in the city of Amsterdam. The country of Holland is full of attractive people. Many people would like to move there to find love because the Dutch are very good-looking people. People claim that there are jobs there and that it's a very special country.
Well, I guess you guys are good-looking people, so congrats on that, right? That's always good.
I found out about this country online. When I arrived in this country with my son, the very first day was snowy. I stayed at Schiphol Airport for the first night because we landed late and security personnel mistreated us and were racist towards us.
Okay, so she's just complaining. It was snowy when she landed, so right off the bat, you have poor planning on her part. She didn't check into what the weather was going to be on the day that she arrived to properly plan her trip, or maybe perhaps get a flight in on another day. Claiming that she's being victim of racism. I don't know what it's about. She hasn't explained it yet, but we're going to find out.
Most people spoke Dutch, which is a very hard language to learn.
Well, it's the Netherlands. It's their language. So again, you're just complaining. You go to another country and then you complain that they're speaking Dutch. Well, lady, you're not in America. You're not in France. Why would they not speak Dutch? That's what they do there. It's the Netherlands. I mean, so I don't know what language she was expecting, but again, poor research on her part.
Some people also spoke English as a secondary language, but it was broken English. Therefore, it was very hard to communicate with them.
Well, again, as she just pointed out herself, a second language. So you can't complain. I mean, come on. Very
I
hard.
struggled as the airport was the first encounter I ever had with the Dutch. The next day, I went to my hotel.
I mean, the airport is usually the first place you would ever encounter anybody if you flew in somewhere. It's funny. This is gonna be fun picking this apart.
Which, by the way, was very expensive. I did not find any cheap hotels to stay at within the city of Amsterdam.
Well, any city within the city is gonna have expensive stuff. That's just how it goes. Maybe you should have got a hotel in a smaller town nearby, and then just kind of went into the city every day to do your travels, and then go back at night. So
I spent too much money. After staying 2 months in Amsterdam, I suffered so much. I wanted to leave, and I ended up completely broke. It was freezing there. There was too much snow and many bicycles everywhere.
well, you should have went somewhere warmer, lady. I mean, come on, that's on you. I mean, this is crazy.
Because the Dutch culture involves riding a bike everywhere, since
Okay.
the country is little. The Netherlands being a car-free country, there are not many cars around.
It's not car free at all. It's just car limited.
As I said earlier, the Dutch are very attractive people physically, but they are very cold, and they will not socialize with you.
If you're being rude and complaining like you are right there, and just blah blah blah, victim, why I wouldn't want to talk to you either, lady. I mean, come on.
They will never talk to you out of the blue. Instead, they just show you a fake smile. The
Okay.
fact that they constantly said, "Hello, hello," annoyed me so much, and I didn't like it at all. That's how they communicate, so you move out of their way.
Okay.
Because they are commuting through the city using bicycles. There are also railways for cable cars on the streets, with the buses and cars and bikes. All of them using the same roads. I found it quite unorganized. It is a very small city, beautiful and old-fashioned, but it is full of canals and rivers, which I didn't like.
Oh, wow. It's full of canals and rivers, which I didn't like. Okay, well, again, research. I mean, it's full of canals. That's what's there. So that's like going to the forest and complaining. There's just too many trees around here, guys. I just don't like these trees.
Suffered so much. I
She
became
suffered.
depressed since I spent so much money.
Wow.
I never even found a job to sustain myself, and I've been ripped off by 2 Dutch employment agencies. Because they demand you meet so many requirements to work, and it's a very closed country, you can't work or have access to basic services as a foreigner. If you are an American, I guess the same principles applies to any non-European foreigner. You have 0 possibilities of working in the Netherlands.
0. Well, that's kind of funny because I've actually seen tons of videos, Americans living in the Netherlands talking about their jobs, their daily activities that they're doing over there. Comments from people that say, "Hey, I'm American living in the Netherlands," and stuff like that, on other videos that I've done. So, again, maybe this lady just doesn't understand what is actually going on.
I lived in Amsterdam, and after doing so for a time, there is nothing left for us. Let's also not forget that the Dutch are stingy and greedy. In most cases, they will
Okay.
not give you a handout if you're in need. Some people point out the greatness of the welfare that citizens of the European Union can benefit from.
So so it sounds like she's just over there begging people for money or something. Like she's broke. She doesn't know how to spend her money. She doesn't know how to travel in general. She did no planning. She went to a place full of canals in the middle of winter and then complained that there's too much water and it's cold. You know, did no preparation and as far as trying to figure out a cheap place to stay, which I'm sure there's plenty outside the city limits. She could have easily done that. So she decides to go to an expensive place in Amsterdam and then complain again. So it sounds like she's just over there begging for money, looking for handouts, wondering why people's not just like giving her their hard-earned money and then complaining about it. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is funny.
But that was not so great.
What wasn't great? Hold on. What? I missed something here.
Need. Some people point out the greatness of the welfare that citizens of the European Union can benefit from, but that was not so great, because I've met many people from Europe who still had nothing while there, as they spent all their money in that country, and especially in the city of Amsterdam. They read on the internet that it is supposed to be the best country, and that there are plenty of opportunities.
Again, no matter where you go, there's always going to be idiots that don't spend their money wisely and are broke. I mean, and they don't make the wisest decisions. So, I mean, that's wherever you go, not just Amsterdam or Netherlands specific.
But it's not true. Forget about going there if you don't have any money, because if you're unlucky and...
Why would you go anywhere if you don't have any money? I mean, is she serious? Is this supposed to be a joke show? Because I mean, she is coming off pretty serious. So don't go there if you don't have any money. Okay, well, why would anybody go anywhere to another country without it? I'm not going to another town if I don't have any money. Like, I'm not. Wow.
True. Forget about going there if you don't have any money. Because if you're unlucky and end up homeless, you can't even exist there. The police will arrest you and fine you if they see you sleeping on the streets.
Okay, good. You just move to a country, broke, sleep on the street. Okay, what are they supposed to just like let you do it? No, go somewhere else with that shit. Come on.
I met a girl from Germany, and she had a tough life in the Netherlands. She had trouble saving up money working at bars and hotels. Even with 2 jobs, she was not able to save enough money to survive. It is very hard because the system is made to benefit older people. Older people's wages are way higher than young people's. It's a system where the older you get, the more you get paid. The most important thing you need to know before moving to the Netherlands is to bring a lot of money with you, because you are going to spend a lot on hotels and going out.
Anywhere you go on vacation or travel, you're going to spend a lot of money, especially when you go to a touristy city. You're going to Amsterdam. That's like the capital of like tourism there. So, go somewhere smaller, less touristy, and you're going to have more reasonable prices. That's anywhere. In my town, it doesn't cost a lot of money for stuff. If I go to Chicago, You're paying way, way, way more money for anything. It's just because it's the way it is. You just got to know what you're doing or where you're going and what your budget allows for. That's her fault.
This is especially true in Amsterdam, which is a very small city. You could literally walk across the city in 1.5 hours. Also, consider in winter it is very cold.
Just like me, I would love to go to Europe. I do not have the money to go to Europe. I completely understand that it's not the decision to make to just up and go there. This lady, she's like, oh, I'll just go to this other country with no money and this and that. No, that's not how I know better. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to stay here in America where I'm not going to get off in some other country with no money and be homeless. I mean, that's just, my side being smart. She's not very smart.
Very windy, very snowy, and in Amsterdam, there are not many places to sit. There aren't big shopping centers to go shopping. The only places to go are McDonald's and Burger King, which are places most people gather and drink.
Then go get a burger and shut up, lady.
In reality, this country isn't that great. There are too many drugs. On the weekends, teenagers get high, get drunk,
Oh
and there's
my.
also a lot of legal and illegal prostitution.
Well, I'm pretty sure the drug issues in any country you go to. But again, do your research. Figure out what the economy's like, what the people's like, what the weather's like before you go somewhere.
To be honest, I didn't find it was the best country in the world, as the internet claims.
Well, there we have it. This lady is absolutely insane. We got to check out some of these comments, guys. We got to see what this is all about. As a Dutch person, you got me laughing out loud for 6 minutes straight about how ridiculous this video is, Karen. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, this guy's furious. Yeah, disappointed. Yeah, and this person's laughing. Yeah, that's awesome. So this lady's crazy. Anyways, I had to do the reaction on that. And again, don't listen to her. She's just complaining. I mean, 5 seconds into the video, she's complaining because of something ridiculous. I don't even know what it was. So anyways, you guys take care. I will see you in the next video. You guys have a super fun, awesome time. Hit like, hit subscribe. I appreciate it. And have a super fun, awesome day. All right, take care.